Hello, everyone. Welcome to today's workshop all about confidence. Woohoo! So in case you're all wondering, you're like, Molly, do you realize that it is, well, I'm here located in southeastern Wisconsin. It is the dead of winter, and luckily we've got rain versus snow, but it is so just wet and dreary today. Hence all of the lights. I probably look like I'm glowing. Which is okay. And I'm sure you're like, you're in the dead of winter. And here you are wearing hot pink magenta with fuchsia lips. Damn right I am. Why? Because I am going to show up today. How can I come up to you all, talk about confidence, and not be in my best color? So here we are, fuchsia, magenta, hot pink, whatever it is that you want to call it, coming at you today, confident me. So, with that being said, you are here. We must have crossed paths somewhere, okay? I want to welcome you. If you are looking for tips and tricks on how to increase that confidence, number one, how to understand it. Number two, how to increase it. Number three, how to actually live this in your career, no matter where you are in your elevation journey, today is the day for you. Now, if you are not looking for this kind of vibe and energy, I'm going to be real honest. It's probably better. It's okay if you guys exit today, right now. No harm, no foul. I won't take it personal, okay? I am a spitball of fire, lots of energy. You're going to get a ton of that today, hence all of the dancing this morning, okay? You're going to get that from me, all right? So, you are here in the right place if you're looking to learn all about confidence in your career, no matter where you are in your journey, okay? Moving right along. Hello, for those of you who don't know me, I'm Molly. Some fun facts, I'm sure you guys all know, I am a career leadership coach, specifically working with millennial women to help you all to elevate your careers, okay? Now, I'm an avid historical fiction reader. I am a shoeaholic, 100 pairs and counting. So for all of my ladies out there who love shoes, hello, holla at your girl, okay? Hello, yes, hello, I know, right? Shoes, really, yes, great. This is where I get it all from. I participated in the Junior Miss pageant, okay, yes. It's not a beauty pageant, it's a scholarship program, for real. It helped me to pay my way through college, okay? And professional accolade here for you. I landed my director level position with 2 young babies as a director by the time I turned 30, okay? So yeah, you know, pat on the back. I know a thing or two about how to elevate your career. Moving right along. Taylor, Team Molly is in the house, okay? So she is a part of my team and couldn't do my job without her. So you guys will see that she's gonna help to manage the chat. She is also online here. So hello, yes, Taylor is amazing. She literally is what helps me to not lose my mind. She is my catch-all. I am so thankful for her. Some fun facts about her. She is a mom of 3 boys, first set of twins in her family. She loves plants, both indoors and outdoors, and she is super smart. She's got 2 degrees, okay? All right, so I am going to lay the foundation right now for you, okay? This is going to be an interactive workshop, okay? This means that you are going to be asked to participate. Now, of course, you always are empowered to want to share or not to share. That is your choice, okay? But when we are talking about confidence, real talk, this is something that can be very vulnerable. This can be something that is going to require some deep transparency with yourself. You don't have to share it with me. You don't have to share it with the group. All I am asking is for you to dig deep and be honest and transparent about your confidence journey as we go through this workshop, okay? So first thing first, I'm gonna give you guys a couple minutes here. If you don't already have a pen and paper, please make sure you have something to jot things down, okay? We are going to, again, go through some interactive things today, all right? So I'm gonna give you, like I said, a minute here for you guys to grab that pen and paper, okay? Now, while we are doing that, I also want to lay the foundation. I mean, we've got 1 hour. Okay? It's going to be jam packed full of information. Don't be alarmed if you're like, oh my goodness, this is so much information. How can I digest everything? Those of you who have worked with me, chatted with me before, you all know I never like to leave you high and dry. You are going to have an opportunity at the end of today's workshop to ask me specific questions. In addition, I want to be able to help you one-on-one, okay? So I offer that support. I'm not going to leave you high and dry at the end of this, okay? So you'll have opportunities to book complimentary support coaching strategy calls with me throughout today as well, okay? Awesome. So I think everyone's good to go. Let's jump right on in. I have a series of 10 questions that I want for you to answer, okay? Now, again, due to time, I am not expecting you to write a novel. Bullet points, things that come up to mind is going to be important, okay? Question number 1. How do you define confidence? Jot that down. How do you define confidence? Number 2 question. What was your first memory of feeling insecure, embarrassed, not good enough? Right? And here's the key question. How old were you when you had this first memory of feeling insecure, embarrassed, not good enough, etc.? For those who just joined, welcome to today's confidence workshop. We are going through a series of questions. I am encouraging you to grab a piece of paper and pen. This is an interactive workshop, okay? So you can jump on in when you're ready. Next question, question number 3. Is confidence something that you turn on, or do you consider confidence a trait? Question number 4. What's the difference between confidence versus arrogance? What's the difference between confidence versus arrogance? Question number 5. What actions or behaviors reflect confidence? If you had to jot down actions and behaviors that reflect confidence, what are those? Question number 6, okay? Whom do you admire who radiates confidence? Whom do you admire who radiates confidence? This could be a celebrity. It could be a well-known person. It could be someone personal in your network. It could be someone you work with. Who radiates confidence for you? Where's the poster child of confidence? Okay. Question 7. Tell me about a time when you felt confident. What did that look like? What was the environment? Why did you feel confident in that time? Question 8. Describe the last time you felt not good enough. Describe the last time you felt not good enough. All right, coming to the last 2 questions here. Question number 9. When do you doubt your professional abilities and why? When do you doubt your professional abilities and why? Last question here for you. How do the opinions of others impact your confidence? How do the opinions of others impact your confidence? Okay, so let's do a little temp check here. What stuck out to you the most? What question was the hardest for you to answer? Or which one were you really kind of like, oh my gosh, wait a minute, I didn't even think about that? Okay. Come off of mute if you are brave enough to share with the group, and or put it in the chat. What stuck out? What was hard? Yes, go ahead.
Okay. The first time I really think I really felt with lack of confidence is when I had to go on an interview when I was 18, going into for a for my bachelor's for an interview for college because I wasn't feeling comfortable with my dressing, and also I was totally confused about why I was interviewing for, because I had applied for another major, and they were interviewing me for a different major. So I was totally out of myself. I was not, and I think that create a big impact on myself for that, and I had a hard time overcoming interviews. So I think that's the real first time that it impacted me for interviews. Like I always freeze and go very nervous face to face. And when they ask me questions, sometimes I cannot come with the answer, like I freeze. I cannot come with the answer.
Yeah.
And, when I'm in a door, I sometimes can come with answers very quickly, but an interview, I totally freeze.
Yes. Thank you, Maria, for sharing that. I am going to share more and more about that. So in case you guys aren't familiar, Maria, to your question, there is scientific study that shows when you are under high anxiety, high pressure, high stress situations, like an interview, something cognitively in your brain actually impacts your memory. And so then when you are so nervous, so stressed, so high anxiety, your brain goes, your memory is wiped clean. And of course, that does and it can impact your confidence level. Oh my gosh, yeah. Thank you so much for sharing that. Now I see a lot of good stuff in the chat too. Jolie said, when was the last time I felt confident? Question. Oh, yes. We're going to dive into that a little bit more. Yes. Isn't it funny how it's hard for us to pinpoint confidence in ourselves? Yet it's so easy to pinpoint confidence in other people. Wow. Yes. Kim says, how others can affect my confidence in myself. Oh, yes. 1,000%. Okay. Now, I believe all of us here, right, are we're all women, right? Now I know I'm making a generalization and assumption here, but I will say one of the most challenging things that I work with my clients is overcoming people pleasing and allowing for other people's opinions to validate us. It is such a real obstacle. So thank you, Kim. We are definitely going to jump on that. Jennifer says, whom do you admire that radiates confidence? Question stuck out to me. Helped me to reflect. Yes. Yes. Yeah. And again, this goes back to what Jolie even said, right? It's hard to pick when the last time you were confident, but it's so easy to identify someone else. Okay. Margaret says, initially, I always thought of confidence as a trait, but then I was thinking about how in some areas, i.e. as a mom or a wife, I feel a lot more confident than in my other areas, i.e. my new job. So then I was thinking of it more as something you choose to turn on. Yes, I love that. Love that. Okay, let's keep moving. Thank you all for sharing very vulnerably, very openly. I appreciate that. Told you it was going to be interactive. So let's dive in, okay? We are going to slice and dice confidence to the best of our abilities in the remaining time that we have, okay? Now, I will say right off the bat, okay, as we continue to go through the conversation, go through the information, ask your questions. I want to be able to have time at the end for Q&A. And if you are someone who's a lot more private, okay, where you don't want to maybe necessarily ask your questions, that's all right. We've got one-on-one opportunities for you to chat with me too. Okay. So when I was scouring the internet for the right definition of confidence in which I value and believed in wholeheartedly, this was the one that came up, okay? Margie Worrell, I hope I'm pronouncing her last name right. She said, confidence is not based on your actual ability to succeed at a task, but your belief in your ability to succeed. Okay, let me say that one more time. This definition is what I believe the best definition I could find about confidence. Confidence is not based on your actual ability to succeed at a task, but rather your belief in your ability to succeed. Okay. For example, let me just slice and dice this for better comprehension. Okay. It's your belief in your ability to speak in front of a to speak in front of an audience. Okay. It's your belief in your ability to learn a new technology. Okay. It's your belief in your ability to lead a team. Okay. It's your belief in your ability to handle confrontation or to manage conflict. It is your belief in your ability to change a job or a career or exit a toxic relationship or start a new business. Nowhere in this definition does it say you have to have the skills to lead. You have to have all of the business acumen to succeed. Confidence is not always based on the skill. Of course, knowing how helps. Confidence is based on your belief that you can do that thing. Okay? It starts with what I call your beingness. Okay? That is where confidence stems from. That's the spark that we're all looking for. Now, who knows the difference between confidence and self-esteem? Raise your hand, either using the emoji. Anyone know the difference between confidence and self-esteem? Okay. A lot of the times people use this interchangeably. Okay. Let me break it down. Okay. Again, confidence is your belief in your ability to do something. Okay. That is confidence. Self-esteem is the way we think about ourselves and the value we place in ourselves. Okay. So for example, this goes back to Margaret's comment, right? Similarly on that vein. Okay. You can be the best at your job. You are a high performer in your position. All of your managers, your leaders, they praise you. You are the best at it. Absolutely. But you struggle with asking for a promotion. You struggle for asking for a raise. Okay? For those of you who are in the job searching process, you have 20 years of experience doing one specific role, okay? You have the skills. But as soon as you go into the interviewing process, you struggle with articulating, delivering a confident value add elevator pitch, if you will, and you struggle with negotiating your salary. Okay? Self-esteem is your ability to connect your belief in yourself with how you value what you bring to the table. Belief, value. Belief, value. Okay? Our cup, and that moves on to the second piece here on our slide here, okay? For those of you who are intrigued like I am, and you do a lot of reading and mindset work, you have come across this specific statement about your subconscious mind, okay? And Sigmund Freud was the one in the early 1900s that started studying our subconscious mind, okay? So way back then, he confirmed that from birth to up to 7 years old, Our subconscious mind is running 100% of the time, okay? It is at 7 years old that our conscious mind starts to develop and starts acting in place, okay? So for those of you who are wondering, okay, what's the difference between subconscious and conscious mind, okay? A perfect example. You know how you guys are commuting, let's say, from your house to your job and your job back to your house, okay? It is the same commute that you take. It's the same, you're turning at the same light. You're stopping at the same stop sign. You park exactly where you park every single day at your job. That is your subconscious mind driving. How many times have you guys driven somewhere and you're like, wait a minute, I'm home already? Or how did I get here? Wait, what? You're driving on autopilot, right? Sometimes, let's be real. That's your subconscious mind. Your subconscious mind operates on patterns. It operates. So the more times you repeat something, your subconscious mind starts to get that pattern in its mind, and all of a sudden it's switched on and you don't even know it's switched on, okay? So up to 7, your subconscious mind is literally taking everything in. Kind of think of it this way. Up to 7 years old, we are opening our head, and all of this information, values, beliefs, all of the experiences that we had as a young girl up to the age of 7 was literally dumped into our brain. We did not have the mental development to filter out what works for us, what doesn't work for us, what we believe, what we don't believe, right? Now, because our subconscious mind is established up to the age of 7, okay, everything that we have experienced or learned, we feel it to be true, okay? I'll give you some examples of my story. I was raised as a first-generation born Hmong American, okay? My parents are very traditional in gender norms, culture norms. I was expected to know how to do dishes, to cook, to be a filial daughter. I was the one cooking, cleaning. That was my gender role. That was the norms that my parents put on me, okay? I have a picture of myself washing dishes, and I think it was 5 years old, on a step stool, because that was what my parents instilled in me as a value, okay? My brothers, much younger, never knew how to wash a dish, never did laundry, never cleaned their room, never cooked. They sat there, okay? I, at that age, believed that was my role. I was born and bred to cook, to clean, to be a wife, to be a mom. That was what that truth was for me, okay? Here's the kicker. I want for you to think about all of the things that you believe and all of the values that were either given to you religiously, culturally, gender, societal, okay? Even the definition of professionalism. When you say you are being professional, whose definition of professional are you following? Now is the time to challenge those belief systems, okay? And it's all tied back to your confidence. This is the reason why other people's opinions impact our confidence. Because at such a young age, we were told how to behave, how to act, what to do, what not to do, what to say, what not to say. It is time to be self-aware and start understanding where this all lies, okay? And just as my coach Alex is amazing. She says this all the time. Yes, I am a coach that has coaches. I believe in coaching that much, okay? She had said to me, Molly, you don't have to believe everything that your brain tells you. You don't have to believe everything that your mind and your brain tells you about yourself, okay? How many of you, raise of hands, are struggling with the concept of subconscious mind, conscious mind, your values and your beliefs, and how that impacts your confidence? Put yes in the chat if this is something that is just hard for you to digest or mind blown. Yeah. Yes, 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 yes. I know. Thank you. Somehow, yeah. So here's what I'll say, okay? This theory, concept of confidence can be very overwhelming, and everyone's definition and reflection of self-confidence, self-esteem is uniquely tied to you, okay? For those of you who are looking for this one-on-one support, here's what I'm going to do, okay? Now, Taylor, could you drop in the scheduling link here? I want to give thank you. I want to give you an opportunity to hop on a call, completely complimentary. This is to provide you with value and support. Let's dive into what confidence truly means to you and how to get that, okay? Now, for those of you who've had calls with me in the past, I welcome you to share, if you're willing to, in the chat with the other women here of what my clarity calls are like, okay? These calls are for you. This is to help provide value, to help move barriers in place of you finding your confidence, okay? First off, we're going to provide value and be in service for you. And then, of course, get to know each other better. I'm all about meeting people, okay? And if and only if it makes sense to the both of us, then we can talk a little bit more about how I can help you to achieve a specific goal that you have in mind, okay? And yeah, thank you, Nicole. You are so sweet. Yeah, thank you. She says, for those of you watching the recording, you probably can't read my chat, so let me just read it out loud. She goes, Mollie is amazing. She is so uplifting and she empowers you in your endeavors. She is truly a gem. You won't regret the one-on-one time. Thank you from the bottom of my heart, Nicole. You are just so sweet. Yeah, I'm serious. I know. Everyone's like, oh no, I don't know about this Mollie chick. For real. If you want it, it's here for you. Okay. And yeah, it's your call. Okay. So take a few minutes and book that complimentary call. Okay. Again, you're going to have another opportunity, but here's the goal, right? Is to help start shifting things and moving things along. Click in the wrong place here. Okay. So shifting this right into your career, confidence in your career. What does that look like? Okay. How do we take what we just sliced and diced from the basics of confidence and understanding what that is and moving it into your career? Look at me, y'all. I'm a badass. Meet Ren. This is Ren. Yeah. Let me tell you a story. Okay. Yes, if you talk to anyone, they will say that I am naturally confident. I am. Okay. But there are moments of vulnerability, even with me, one of the most authentically confident person that you could ever meet. And this happened when I decided to go full-time as a coach. Now, some of you guys know my story. I side hustled. I paid my dues in HR. I've been in HR for over 15 years. Okay. My career was not broken. Actually, it was really great. I loved the people I work with. I was making six figures, doing what I was good at. I could do my job in my sleep. It was, air quote, an easy job for me, okay? No one understood why I left, okay? But there was something missing in here. And that was when I decided 2 years ago to go full-time with my coaching, right? Because I wanted to make a greater impact on the world. I wanted to help more women, okay? And it was at that moment, as I faced fear of failure, as well as fear of success and the fear of the unknown. Entrepreneurship is one of the scariest decisions but most courageous decisions that I've ever made for myself. I was lacking so much confidence when I decided to bridge out. Who was gonna like me? What if they told me that I don't know anything? What if they called me out and called me a fake? What if someone called me an imposter? What if what I thought I knew wasn't good enough to help my clients to achieve their goals? Oh my gosh. What if this? What if that? So much fear and worry. I wanted so badly to be confident like I was in my HR career. I wanted so badly to revive that confidence that I worked so hard over 15 years to build and to receive validation from in my corporate world. So I decided, you know what? I'm just gonna have to make a decision. What am I gonna do to start finding this confidence? And I kid you not, I was having these out of body experiences when I would do workshops like this. I would be dancing on screen. I would be bold and vivacious, and I would just be everything that I used to be in my HR career. And then as soon as it was done, it went away. It disappeared. My confidence, poof, was gone. And that was that out of body experience that I was having. So I decided, all right, until I can be one with this newfound confidence, I'm going to give this out of body person a name. Meet Ren. Anytime you see me in black with red lips, that's Ren. She is the highest, best version of who I am and who I want to be. Okay. I realized that in my confidence journey, I had to start small. It had to be incremental, and I couldn't force my confidence out. My desire and my belief in my value of being a confident coach was what kept me moving to build my confidence over time. So, who's your Ren? Okay. For those of you who are Beyonce lovers, who is your Sasha Fierce? Who is your Sasha Fierce? Now, let me tell you, if Beyonce needed to have an alter ego, that is permission for all of us to have an alter ego, y'all, okay? So who's your Ren? Define your highest self. What does she look like? Is she wearing black with red lips? Right? How does she show up in a room? How is she talking about herself? How is she talking to others? How is she commanding every single conversation that she is in? What does she show up as? How is she exuding this confidence that you want? Okay? You have to define what confidence looks like for you in order to have breadcrumbs to get there. Okay? Now, when do you need to turn her on? Okay? Yeah. When do you need to turn her on? Are there specific times in interviews, leading a presentation at work, speaking to a senior vice president, right? Going to your boss and asking for a promotion and a raise? Are those the times that you need to turn her on? Identify when those moments are, okay? When you identify those times, how much prep time do you need to turn her on? Okay. Some of you guys, gals, ladies, it's a different process for you all. For me, I like right before I come on these workshops, you see that I'm dancing. I am dancing, I'm moving, I'm singing, I'm doing all these things. If you guys follow me on TikTok and LinkedIn, I'm always dancing, always singing. That's who I am. That's how I prep myself to step into my greatest self. What are you doing? Are you going for a walk? Okay. Are you, whatever it is that you're doing? Are you journaling? Are you meditating? Okay. Are you jumping up and down in your office? Whatever. Okay. Prep yourself. And how much time do you need to turn that on? Okay. Now, repetition, as you may have heard me say, repetition is how your subconscious mind operates. It is based in patterns, okay? So if you are wondering, Mollie, how do I rewire my mindset, my subconscious mind to start being confident and believing in myself that I can be? You have to combat it with repetition. Now, those of you who know me, I'm a spiritual person. I like to get a little bit woo-woo with things. I believe in God, universe, a higher power. I believe in manifestation, and I sure as hell believe in positive affirmations. Okay. Affirmations is something where I'm sure you guys have heard, seen it all over the place. I post it over my social media. Okay. The reason why affirmations are effective is because the more you say it out loud, the more repetition goes into your subconscious mind. And the beauty of your subconscious mind is it does not know the difference between real and air quote fake. So even if you don't truly believe it yet, the more you repeat it out loud, the more your subconscious hears it, the more it's going to start to rewire the pattern and rewire all of the things that you don't believe about yourself that aren't aligned with confidence. Okay. So I want for you guys to write these down. If you are here and or catching the recording, you guys pause, write it down, pause, write it down so you're not having all of this hand cramping. I am in control of my career destiny. I am valuable and my skills are in demand. I am worthy of success. I am always attracting the best projects and the best people to execute them. Why? Because of my positive mental attitude. I deserve to be happy. It is okay to ask for help when I need it. Okay? So these are some of my favorite affirmations, and I say it out loud throughout my day to rewire my subconscious mind in repetition. Okay? Last but certainly not least is visualization. Okay? This is to set your positive intentions, those affirmations, into motion. It goes from verbally saying it to helping you believe it. That connection between saying and believing is really on those visualizations. Okay? Maria, are you talking about those affirmations that you want me to repeat? Okay, this is what I'm going to do for you, right? Because I have it right here. Boom. Copy and paste. Here you go, y'all. Okay?
Yes. Can you repeat the affirmation, please?
Yep, it's in the chat for you. I copied it.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Okay? You are so welcome. Okay? Ask for what you want, y'all. Ask for what you want. Okay? Now, being intentional means you are connecting, again, your visual, how you visualize yourself to believing and saying and believing. Okay? You are proactively preparing yourself to receive and see only the good. Okay? Side note. So my husband and I, when we first bought his daddy car, which is the big old Nissan Pathfinder SUV, okay, it was a white one, okay, and we're like, oh great, no one has a white Pathfinder. Sure shit, as soon as we bought it, we're like, they have a white one, they have a white one, there's another white one, there's so many white ones. Okay, why? Because when you hone in and you start to visualize yourself as someone who is confident, you start picking up on where confidence is in your life, just like the SUV. Okay? You have to pinpoint it, visualize it so you can start seeing your confidence. Okay? Moving right along here. Okay? Now, for those of you who are in the job searching process, okay, here is where you need to show up confidently. If any of you are on a job searching process and you guys are struggling with confidence in your job search, this is also a really great topic for you and I to hop on this clarity call to go through. Okay, so I'm going to go through this high level, starting with left, down, and right, or from left, down, and left. Yes. So number one, know exactly what you want. You've heard me say this a million times. If you don't know what you want in your career, you're not going to get it because you don't know what you want. Number two, being confident in your job search means that you are able to articulate your value add to recruiters, to hiring managers. Number three, vet. You better feel confident to vet out these employers, which means that you are in the seat of empowerment. I kid you not, I'm working with one of my clients right now, and she actually said to me last night, Molly, it is so weird. I am not accustomed to being in the seat of empowerment in the job searching process. I feel like I am at the mercy of employers. Yeah, we don't do that here. We do not do that here, okay? Number four, confidence in your job search means that you know your worth. You should know what your desired salary is. And it's not, well, I'm willing to take a pay cut to get where I need to be. No, that is not confidence in the job search. We don't entertain pay cuts, y'all. We don't do that, okay? My clients on average are making 60% more in salary. One of my clients made 140% more in her salary. Why? Because we know our worth. We're confident in our job search, and we're not going to entertain anything else, okay? Last but certainly not least, when you are confident in yourself, you know that your time is expensive, and you have no shame to ask for help when you need it. Time is money for you, okay? Being confident in your job search, you know that you would rather accelerate your results and ask for help, and that's okay. People who are confident ask for help. Right. Now, for those of you who are currently in your jobs and you're not actively job searching, this is for you too, okay? This is how you elevate your confidence within your career, okay? How many of you guys have heard of the power pose? Raise of hands. Yeah. Okay. Why do you think Ren's photo, I had my hands on my, yeah, exactly. Okay. Give it a try. Being slunched over, hiding, and me seeing your eyeballs like this is not confidence, y'all. Confidence is being up in your face, saying what you want to say, how you want to say it. This is who I am, and I'm going to stand. I'm going to have my hands on my hips, and I'm going to talk with my finger, because you know why? That's who I am. That is confidence. Strike a power pose. It changes your mindset, your subconscious mind rewiring right then and there, okay? Now, I know that we talk a lot about your ability to increase your confidence is tied to your skills, and that's okay. The more you become confident in your skills, the easier that confidence comes to fruition. But it starts with your belief, okay? So this is what I want for you to do. If you are currently in a position, don't be afraid to ask. Do something scary to continue elevating your skills. Just as I said to Maria, ask for what you want. If you don't ask, you're never going to receive what you want. Ask for it. Don't allow for the fear of failure, fear of the unknown, fear of uncertainty, fear of success, whatever fears you have, to pause you, okay? Go and ask. Have a one-on-one meeting with your manager and ask to do something scary, okay? Ask for those opportunities, okay? Last but certainly not least, which is probably the most important thing here, I'm going to take a breather because this is important. Give yourself permission to be confident. Confidence comes from your own validation. Confidence is you saying to yourself, yeah, it's okay. It's okay to wear hot pink fuchsia lipstick on a dreary winter day for women to see. I give myself permission to be confident. And I want for you all to give yourself permission too. Okay? And then decide. Make the decision. Decide today, I am going to be confident. This is what it looks like. This is how I'm going to behave. This is how I'm going to show up. It is just a decision. Confidence is just deciding that as of today, you are going to start believing in your ability. That's it. It's as simple as that. Okay. Now, whew, that's a lot jam-packed. Okay. Again, for those of you who have yet to take advantage, if you are struggling with elevating your current role and you're feeling like, I don't know how to be confident, I don't know how to be scary. Mollie, help me to be scary. Help me to have this conversation with my boss about how to elevate my skills so I can be a more confident leader. Let's talk about it. If you're actively job searching and you're struggling with identifying how to stay in the seat of empowerment to ask for your worth because you want to be confident, let's talk, okay? And just talk about confidence altogether. This is my jam, okay? I love it, okay? So I encourage you guys to book that call, all right? We're here. We're at the end, okay? So with the remaining minutes here, what questions do you guys have, if any? If you don't have any questions, I'd love to hear your thoughts as well about what we've talked about today. What questions? Feel free to drop it in the chat or come off of mute, okay?
Mollie,
Yes.
I've learned a lot today, and this was just much needed. So thank you. A lot of great information.
Thank you so much for sharing that feedback. I know it's a lot in a 1 hour time frame, and I'm so happy to hear that it was valuable for you and that you resonated with what I shared. Thank you.
Yes, and I will be scheduling a call.
I can't wait. I can't wait. Great.
So after all this conversation and all your points, I noticed that sometimes I've been very brave about going to talking to a manager and say, I remember one specific conversation and say, I don't stand for this. And it was my boss and we should talk person to person. And other times, most of the times, I've been very quiet and very afraid to say things. And like, why?
Yeah. So great, Maria. So let me ask you, are you open to, is it me?
Well, and I was angry, then I have to wait until next day when I say, I cannot go and we talk about this. So when I was calm, I went and talked to him and say, this is not the way I like it. We have to talk person to person, even you're my boss and I as a authority here.
Yeah.
So I explained what was going on. And so I was very calm and we talk in very calm ways. But then most of my time, I'm very afraid of doing those things. Why?
Yeah.
I want,
Yeah. So the question, yeah. So that's great. So you've hit the nail on the head there. I want for you to think about what you're afraid of. Why are you scared? Why are you afraid of asking him?
Maybe I was feeling more confident with what I was doing at that moment than other times, maybe, because during my college years, right, people used to pick me to go and talk to the teachers about this problem that we're having. And I always went and talk about or talking in front of the student body and say, this is what I think, this is what we think. And they chose me to do that. But after a while, I say, what's my point of talking? And nobody's going to support me, so stop doing kind of those things,
Yes. And I can empathize with that 100%. It's the same thing as going out there and doing something scary, right? Even if, and this goes back to confidence, Self-esteem, knowing your value and your worth, does not require people's support and their validation of you. Okay. So even if you're going and you're sharing your information and no one's listening or no one's supporting you, do it anyway. I know it's easier said than done.
Well, it was especially like everybody, we have to talk to the teachers because they are not doing this. Why don't you do it? You're capable of doing it. But then at the point we were all meeting with the teachers, nobody was saying anything to support me. So I was the bad guy, you know? So,
Yeah. And Maria, this is a very this is a scenario. Let me say this, okay? I'd love to guide you through this in more detail. If you haven't yet booked your call, I encourage you to.
yeah, I was going to do that. So
Good.
those are occasions that I feel very brave to do it.
Yeah.
And other times that I haven't been able to do it in work-related things. That's what I wanted to put like to.
Yes. Let's talk about it in more detail for you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great.
Okay. Yeah,
Wonderful.
I was going to do the call. Yeah.
Good. I'm glad. Nicole, you have your hand raised.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes. Hi, Molly.
Hi.
I am wondering, is any of what you have talked about today, would you say something different or come at it in a different way for someone who is thinking about becoming an entrepreneur themselves?
So let me make sure I understand the question. So are you asking, how would I come about confidence if you're going into entrepreneurship?
Yeah, just like if there's, or maybe anything more, would you guide that kind of like conversation or differently for someone who is thinking of just like, screw it, I'm going to do my own thing?
Yes. Let me tell you, prior to confidence, especially in my entrepreneurial journey, before you find confidence, two things need to happen. One, you have to be courageous. Entrepreneurship is a leap. Literally, you diving into God knows what's going to happen. Okay. Everyone's entrepreneurial journey is different. So first thing needs to happen is courage. You have to be brave and you have to make the commitment that you're going to do this. Okay. Second thing, you have to have full faith, self-trust. And then confidence comes after that. Why? Because there's so much unknown. And as you know, our society has very much said, oh, are you sure this is a huge risk? Are you sure you want to go into business? I don't know. Businesses fail all the time. They don't really make it to their, third year. That's really, are you sure? Right? Courage, faith, self-trust, and then confidence comes into play. That's what I would encourage for you to do. Okay? Great question. Yes. I believe in you. I believe. Okay. Kim says, how do you overcome burnout affecting your confidence? Too many things to juggle and continued make mistakes, broke my confidence. Trying to rebuild my work confidence. Yes. Oh, Kim. That's the $1 million question, right? It really is. So here's what I'll be very, very direct, very transparent. Especially when it comes to burnout, being confident means boundaries. Confidence is boundaries. Confidence is you establishing what is healthy for you and what's not. Really, at the root of it is what it is. Okay? And that's okay. You live and you learn. And those protected boundaries or let me say it this way, self-advocacy is the best behavior and action to support your confidence. To rebuild that confidence, it means, you know what? I'm going to put my stake in the ground and I am no longer going to entertain. I'm not going to be a yes woman. I am going to say, all right, I understand that up to this point, I've been able to take on more work and I've been doing all of this stuff and I've been juggling way too much, and I'm no longer going to entertain it anymore. Okay. Easier said than done, hey? Yeah, I hear ya. Let's hop on that call if you're interested. Help you through that so I can get a little bit more substance on exactly what happened, and let's get you through that barrier. Cool? Yeah, great question. Okay. All right. Isabel said, thank you very much. I have to have, nope, no worries. I know we're already at time here. Thank you. Yes. Oh, such great encouragement. Hushia, hi Hushia. Are we able to sign up later, or do we have to? Nope, you can sign up later. For those of you who are catching the replay too, you guys will get the replay emailed out, and there will be a link for you guys to book at a later time. Okay. So it has been nothing but just so much fun. I cannot wait to meet you all, chat with you guys again. Thank you for being a part of today's workshop. I hope that in today, at least for today, that you guys are able to carry this optimism, all of the positive vibes your way to enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you. I can't wait to talk to you guys. Sending you guys all of my love. See you guys next time.